Welcome to the Simply Incredible podcast. This is Daryl, a.k.a. The D, with T. Rizzo Troy Chapman.
Hey, good to be here.
And JPZ.
What it is.
Ain't much going on.
37-28.
Dude, how many times have we said this and you still don't got it down yet?
I do, but I love when I screw up the numbers because it bugs
It messes
you.
with me, that's right.
He's
Yeah.
like, 17-38.
Get it right.
See, is that right? That's right?
Because I held it up for you.
1842. Hut. Oh,
What?
Wait, wrong thing? Oh, sorry.
What in the what? Wait, what?
I'm not in the cool group like y'all. By the way, the NBA championship just ended. Congratulations to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Breaking a 52-year winless streak.
Awesome.
A championship streak for the city.
Hooray.
Now, it's
He said that with such enthusiasm.
it's cool to notice that Stipe is also a champion.
Mm-hmm.
So now he was there celebrating with them.
Ren and Stipe
Yeah, he was there from the UFC, the new heavyweight champion.
of the world.
I thought that was really cool.
Did they play Cleveland Rocks?
Cleveland Sox.
Cleveland Rocks.
Drew Carey was there.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Well, he might have been. He's so skinny now. We didn't know. So, what did we do this week?
Dude,
Weekend.
this weekend we went down to the HeroesCon.
HeroesCon.
Heroes.
Josh, I missed you down there, man. I didn't see you.
Yeah, I've intentionally not talked to you about it because I wanted to get your feedback on the
okay,
podcast.
okay.
Oh.
Did you have a good time? Did you waste way too much money like I did?
I don't think. Did you spend any money?
Yeah, I actually spent about probably $100.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go back to those tables with the silver ages and stuff?
Yes, I went over there because I don't like buying the stuff at the very beginning, and I took a chance and I missed out on a couple of the ones
I've
I
done
was
that before.
Yeah,
Yep, I did that this weekend.
but I don't like carrying. The first year I ever did, I carried around like this backpack
Yeah.
for like 6 hours.
You know,
'cause I
I'm
filled out.
actually going to do that next year. If I go again, I'm going to take a backpack.
Oh, I take a backpack every year now, but I waited so that I didn't have
carry
to
my
lug
little
it.
bag.
Well, Connor took a cinch sack, but I got like I don't know. $25 worth of comics. Nothing big. Nothing
Yeah.
even that I'm like tickled about. But
Yeah.
just some cool stuff. The only thing I got that I really kind of dug was the Max. I got the hardcover.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought that was really kind of neat.
Gosh, I remember that way back when it came out.
Yeah, was that like early 90s?
Yeah, it was
Really
right when
nice,
Image
yeah.
came
Yeah.
out. It's one of
Yeah.
the Image original
Yeah,
runs.
them, Spawn, and Bloodshot was right after that, wasn't it?
Oh, dude, all of those came out like rapid fire. Whenever they
Yeah.
opened the doors for creators, they were like, "Hey, anybody ought to come?" Oh gosh, man! There's a whole bunch of comics coming throwing in the
Yeah.
front door.
We make a big purple blob monster.
Yes, I remember when they come out. Everything they put out was gold for the first year.
The
It had McFarlane's name behind it.
Right. Now, where'd he get his initial success? Spawn?
No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
okay.
He had a big run with Spider-Man. He
'Cause he's
changed the
more
webbing and everything on it.
He's more known now for like his creepy dark side kind of stuff. So
Yeah, he also was known, the style that he drew Spider-Man, he wanted him to look more spider-ish in the spider, because if you look at the old stuff, I mean, he was really a man holding the rope in a spider costume.
Right.
And he made him do all these contortionist things, that was kind of a neat thing.
Okay.
I love Todd McFarlane, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see his run? I think it was called Perceptions. It was Spider-Man Wolverine
I did not see
with
that.
versus the Wendigo.
No.
Which is really cool because Wendigo goes along with the paranormal talk we're going to have.
When did go go?
He's like a Bigfoot kind of creature.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were telling us about Astonishing X-Men not too long ago, and I downloaded some of that and started reading it, and I think I've seen the artwork in other places, but I never like put two and two together that was the Astonishing. It looks great, man. That stuff looks awesome.
It is really good,
Yeah.
right? It's funny. I get grief for this all the time. I am on Pinterest, and people are like, "Why are you on Pinterest? What is that? Like recipes and crochet tips?" And I was like, "Dude, I love it. It's like Hero Art Central."
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I go on there every minute of the day that I'm able to, and I like that. But I found one. A bunch of them have covers that they'll put up of like old books, and one that I ran across was Avengers Forever,
Nah.
and that I own. I've never read it. A buddy of mine gave it to me, and it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. So that's gonna be on my this weekend if I can get to it.
I do not know this comic.
Avengers Forever?
I do not know that one.
There's so much stuff. Like I was at B&D today and I was flipping through trying to find an old Wolverine. There's just so many subtitles of Wolverine that I had no idea existed. I was like,
Yep.
I could spend paychecks upon paychecks getting all this stuff.
Dude, I'm telling you what. I saw this lottery winner who did exactly what I would have done. Once he won the lottery, he still lived like in this like okay home, but it wasn't like a mansion. But he had special rooms built for every statue that ever was created from DC and Marvel, and they weren't even displayed good. He had them like on shelves.
Oh, very dang.
And I was like, yeah, I'd be that guy.
Yeah, this week one of my big purchases was I went and bought some glass cabinets for my statues.
Oh, did you get them?
Yeah.
How'd you get them back?
I put them in the back of my car.
Oh, I thought you said you needed
I
a truck.
I thought it was gonna be bigger. The boxes were gonna be bigger. They were like 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick.
Well, because it's IKEA, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I knew I had to build them, but I just thought they'd be bigger than that.
Yeah, it was like a perfect fit though. It was
Yeah.
pretty snug.
Yeah, slid right in there.
Giggity.
The other thing I bought, I had some commissions done, and this year I struggled. If I had one thing that I did not like about this year's con, going through Artist Alley, a lot of the guys did not display how much they would charge for like a real quick commission, like a sketch.
Yeah.
Everybody in the years past, they always had like a little sign out, like $15 for black and white, $30 for color, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't. So I didn't want to get drug into all these long conversations with these guys, because the ones that I did see had like $300 for a full color thing. I was like, I don't want to spend $300 on one picture.
Right. Yeah.
I want 15 guys to do like a $15
That
sketch.
and like, I've thought about getting a commission too, but you wonder how much time do you have to give them? Like, do you get there first thing, try to get the commission, and hope they're done by the end of the day, or do they mail it to you on another date? Or
Sometimes if you know who you want to get, you can do it beforehand.
okay.
Like Matt, he has stuff beforehand.
Okay.
So
Well, and I actually kind of screwed up a little bit because I forgot that they would need a little bit more time. I don't know what I was thinking, but you should go in there and do it. Give him at least an hour.
yeah.
Because toward the end of the day, Connor was about ready to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I'm ready, Dad. I'm like, okay, they're working on these things. I got to get them. But I only had like 2 people do commissions. And in the past, I had like 10.
Okay.
And I came out with literal gold.
Nice.
And this time, I mean, nice people. But I felt like, man, if I could have had my money back, I would have.
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Like, I saw some of the artists' stuff, and I was like, it's just not for me.
Oh, yeah.
Now, who was the one guy you were talking to? You looked at me and go, I was starstruck.
Oh, Red J from DeviantArt. I'll be honest, I know him. That's his screen name on DeviantArt, and I cannot think of his name. It's John something. But I used to go on DeviantArt all the time when I would want to draw, and look for certain styles that I wanted to imitate. And I love like Scotty Young, where he does like the X Babies, except that his X Babies are a little too chibi children,
Real
childlike.
bright and everything. Yeah.
Red J did these things, like his thing, it was a real cartoony style. He had a couple of comics that he did, but there's something about him, I just love this stuff. I've actually commented on his artwork and told him how much I love this stuff, and we're walking, and I don't even see who it is, and then I'm like, dude, that art, and then I look up, and I've seen his face on his profile and stuff. Like, holy shit, dude! Hey, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
And I introduced myself, and I came across like a total starstruck nerd.
Yeah.
I was a total nerd,
Because
dude.
I've never seen you look like that. I mean, you've been around Hoist Gracie and just one of the guys, and then I see you around. I'm like, what in the world what just happened here?
And the guy, you could tell he wasn't put off, but he was almost like, little stalkery, dude.
We got a stage 5 clinger here.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was doing. I was clinger. I was going for a Section 8.
I was like, what in the world?
That's awesome.
Dude, I was nerding out, and then afterwards I was like, all right, you got to dial it back.
I don't know if he noticed, but I took a couple steps away just in case.
Oh, dude, I was not. Nobody else was there. I was just talking to my man there.
That's awesome.
And I did. I'm a huge fan, and the fact that I was sitting there talking to somebody whose art I love that much, and his work, that I was just like, oh, dude, I love your stuff. I love it. I was like, I try to draw like you. I sounded like this uber goober.
I have your posters on my wall.
I have your posters, and I do too. I really do. And I said, look, man,
maybe he's not listening to this.
Oh, dude, no, trust me. He's probably like, oh, was that the guy there? Cheers, mate. I gotta go.
Troy's like, it's 9:23. He's probably just getting out of the shower now.
Dude. Yeah, I could say hello. You won't mind. Yeah, it's all good. We're friends. Yeah, sure. Why not?
We're best buds. You just don't realize.
No, yeah, you will. If you get to know me, you really know how cool I am. Dude, it was awful. But I actually went back to him and I bought a couple of prints that were really good. I mean,
nice.
I bought one of them for a buddy of mine, Brandon here, was a Deadpool fan.
Yep.
I got him a Deadpool.
That's cool.
And then Lee Weeks, I got the Thing, a really great. It looked like a portrait.
Nice.
So that was where my $100 went.
What did Connor say? It's like a big orange rock.
Connor has no appreciation for anything.
So I went over and talked to Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Got my autographs on some prints. He got to shake my hand, so that was nice of him.
Yeah.
Who was that? Neil?
Neil Adams, yeah. Should come out. He was like, "Where's Troy? I saw him over there."
Oh, whatever, man. I saw that big sign that said, "Take a picture with me for $20 or $30." I was like,
Oh, he was a consummate salesman, man.
Yeah.
He's like, you can get the 4 for this, but if you go ahead and throw like 3 more in, it's only 20 more.
Oh, is he doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude. I kept my distance, and because I love his stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, you're not. I'm not gonna. I don't want to say no
Here's
to
the
you.
thing,
I love you. Yeah.
On every print, you got a free autograph.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah. So I got 3 prints with autographs on them.
They look great. They're big, like poster size. They look awesome.
I actually had a little buyer's remorse that I didn't buy a couple of those. There was one that I specifically wanted. Do you guys have a couple buyer remorses things where you either didn't buy something and you wish you would have now that you're here?
Not from this one, but other cons in the past.
Like
yeah.
this one, I only missed one thing because I was just going for stuff to fill up holes in some of my series.
Oh.
Like one of them, I love the action figure variant covers, and they had a Yoda action figure variant cover, and I was like, man, and I was like, it's $5. All right, I'll come back and get that later. Come back and it was gone.
And I'll tell you what else I think I dropped the ball on. I should have done a little more of my own personal homework on the exact stuff that I wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like
I know
the
Daryl and I, we
numbers.
went with lists.
Yeah.
Dude, I there was a couple of guys I wanted to just take and choke.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was sitting there looking through a box, and this guy had his backpack and list, and he was, just all in the space. I was like, dude,
Back up off me.
I'll show you some Batman Wolverine combo tricks here you haven't seen.
It would never fail. We'd be down an aisle. There'd be 2 people on the entire aisle, and of course, they're exactly where you want to look.
Like I need comics in the seats.
And they're clueless. It's like you kind of sit there looking. Hello.
Get out of my way.
I did that, man. Oh, jeez. That's where I lost the X-Men Silver Age that I wanted.
Oh yeah.
These 2 dork chicks were just holding ground there, like they had said, "Nope, we have conquered the mountaintop. We stay."
Because one of them, I was in a section, and they weren't even looking at the comics; they were just talking to somebody. I was like, and that's as far as I go. I'm not gonna be like, dude, get out of my way. I gotta get more physical with them next time.
I always tell myself when I go that I'm not gonna buy like prints because I've already got so many prints on my walls at home. But I always find one. Like this past
What
one.
did you get?
I got an Avatar one. It kind of looks like like the 20s like join the army kind of posters.
Oh,
like,
dude, I love those.
But it's got the Avatar characters on there. I was like, oh, it looks great.
It's funny you say that, the 20s kind of We Want You. One of the ones I wanted was a Captain America. It wasn't that poster, the one that he's got, Chris Evans. But it was one from that era, like the 1920s done, like a portrait, real gritty looking stuff. It almost looked like the movie poster.
Yeah.
Where he's holding the shield low and kind of had his head down.
Okay.
Yep.
And I've seen it on a book, and I was like, oh, dude, that print is so good. And I'm like you, I've got my walls filled.
There's a Tanglewood Mall in Roanoke. They opened up like a Taekwondo shop downstairs, and they use things like that for their own publicity. Like they have Captain America and Iron Man and stuff as like, come join our class and stuff. I was like, I wonder if they can do that. I'm
How
sure
do-
they
how
can
do
pay
they
for
do it?
royalty. Like that exact poster, the one like We Want You with Captain America. They have that, and it's got like free trial class or something.
Oh, like can they Facebook it out or
No, on their window of their shop.
Oh, they got some Photoshop guy that says, "Ain't nobody coming in here."
Right.
Dude, it'd be like 4 people. Dude.
Like, don't let Marvel see that.
Oh man.
Paying some royalties.
Well, I remember one time we took and downloaded a song on one of our first videos that we had for The Edge, and I think it was Creed, Higher Ground, or something like that.
Yeah.
And within like a few weeks, they had like shut it down and said, nope, violation.
Wow.
So you go to this thing and watch it without the sound. Yeah, nowhere near as
Not
cool.
the same.
Yeah, I almost wish I hadn't bought any prints, because as much as, and I do, I'm a art fiend.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm actually trying. I'm trying to minimalize the stuff that I get like that.
Yeah, me too, but I can't help myself. I always find one that's just amazing. Last year I found a shredder where it's like just the neck up of Shredder, and he's like giving this real serious, imposing look, and I was like, I gotta have that. It looks amazing. I got it in a frame hanging on my wall.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta do is find me some frames.
I picked up the first appearance of Mr. Sinister, X-Men 221.
You see, now that's what I need you to help me with.
Yeah.
I need you to help me do the homework, because I've even tried to Google like first appearance of Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Was that in the Inferno storyline? That's the first time I remember seeing him.
I don't remember anything about that.
No?
I don't think so.
That's a good storyline. In fact, I read it back in the day. I can't remember the specifics, but that's one I want to read again.
It was very Dazzler-centric. Dazzler and Rogue were taking on some bad guys.
Okay. The other one I want to see, I want the issue where Angel gets turned into Archangel from Apocalypse.
Yeah, see, I'm on kind of like a Remy LeBeau collection kick now, so I want to get like everything to do with him. So I was looking up like his important issues, like first time he turns into Death for Apocalypse, the first time they introduced New Sun, his like Earth 2 alternate ego or whatever. So I'm trying to collect all those. And I saw it in the 90s. He had a 25 issue run, and somebody's got the entire run for like $60 on eBay, so I might pick that up.
Dude, I'm telling you, as much as I want to do these things, I'm trying to cut back, and you're dragging me back in.
Y'all did it to me, man. I ain't bought a comic book since 1994.
I swear to God, I haven't either. And then I'm like, I got to see what's inside those covers.
Yeah.
Batman and Ninja Turtles did it to me. It was all downhill from there.
You're welcome.
Oh, did you see that big print from, was it, they had a huge print of Ninja Turtles, Batman.
Yeah. That was, what's his name, right?
Was it Neil?
I think so. Wasn't it Neil?
I do too. I think it was
so,
at that table anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. How did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I liked it. I look forward to this every year.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Do you think this was as good as the years past?
Yeah,
I think so. And I believe they opened up that whole big area on the left, where they had the video games, and they had like the big stage way back in the back.
Yeah, because I don't think they had that last year. Last year, the stage was at the back behind Artist Alley.
Yeah. So I mean,
what did they do over there?
That's where they have the pictures of all the people dressed up
Like
cosplayers.
cosplay.
They have like photos and stuff like that. And
I actually saw a photo where the mayor was
McCheese?
No.
Oh, different mayor.
But they had the Hulkbuster, a smaller Iron Man, and then the lady who's the mayor, I guess, of Charlotte, and she was cosplayed out. But I mean, she wasn't really.
Just had a little something.
Yeah, she had a little something, you know.
That's cool.
But I was like,
Cool
holy
to us.
cow! If Connor would have seen that would have been great.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my son would have flipped for Hulkbuster.
I tell you what, I saw so many great cosplayers.
Yeah,
and
we saw
some that just didn't try.
Godzilla was Connor's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, here's Connor's review. He loves the world of the heroes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that convention is really, you got to be into the books.
Yeah, it's very true. It was a lot more book centric this year. I think there was more toys last year.
Yeah, and my favorite is how varied the mix can be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like before, I loved the merchandise tables that are like, coffee mugs or etched glass or something like that. And they used to have a whole bunch more of that.
It did seem less this year.
Yeah, and that kind of threw me. I was hoping for more of that. And like I said, the artist thing kind of threw me. But Connor, his take on it was this. He goes, I love, my hero shows. I love the movies. I love the games. But he's not a comic book reader.
I get that, because like even the Flash, I've tried to pick up some Flash books, but I'm just not into it. I like the show, but I just can't get into the book.
Dude, what you talking about, Flash?
Flash, yeah.
Have you read Rebirth yet?
Yeah.
Did that get you into it anymore?
I mean, it's okay, but I bought issue 1 because it was issue 1, but I won't keep going with it.
Oh,
Probably.
I definitely will. I love it. Yeah.
Now the Batman issue 1 was fantastic. That was a great story.
Mm-hmm. So I read the Rebirth itself, and I thought that was great. Then Batman, I read that last night. Really good.
The actual issue.
Which one?
Yeah.
Batman Rebirth?
1. Rebirth 1, yeah.
Have you read it?
No, I've got it, but I haven't read any of the things outside. I literally was planning to read Superman, Batman, all of the first week's one, along with DC Rebirth, and it turned out to be like 70 pages. I was like, oh, I wasn't prepared for that. I got to go teach tonight, you know, because I was doing it between.
I mean, I thought that was a great book.
Batman was a great book. There's no like big villain he has to fight or something. It's just a situation, and it's amazing.
But Connor's thing was, you know, for his birthday, he loved that, you know, he got a chance to hang out. He thought that was a blast. He loved hanging out with Daryl. He thought that was cool. You know, he goes, it's so neat that you guys, you know, love this stuff so much and kind of let me, you know, kind of jump on. And I was like, dude, yeah.
Honestly, it's funny because I felt the exact opposite. For me, it felt like it was cool that you guys let me jump on.
Oh, dude.
With you two guys.
He was totally just happy to be there. He even said, you can even see, I love this boy so much. He knew right after the first 10 minutes, this is my birthday. This is not going to really end up being my thing. But Dad looks like a kid in the candy store, you know? And I even told him, I said, when you're ready, you say it. I'll leave on that minute. And I said...
Until he said it, then he had to wait and pick up his...
And then I said, okay, not that minute. You got to have 60 more minutes. I ain't done with my drawings yet. But I did let him... I said, hey, man... you tell me where you want to eat dinner, you know. And he picked a restaurant I hate. And he knows I hate it. But he goes, oh, wait, you hate that. I was like, dude, no. It's your birthday. Let's do this. It was Olive Garden.
Oh, I love me some Olive
Garden. You don't like some OG?
Oh, my
I'm diabetic. I can't have any pasta.
Oh, man.
That's legitimate.
Hi, could I have the fish? And some lettuce.
Can I just have some water? That'd be great. Thanks.
Oh, dude.
I'm going to try not to be diabetic today.
Dude, let me tell you, when
Make an effort.
if I don't take and watch my diet when I'm there, like, I love it.
Right. I feel for you, my brother.
Yeah.
I'll eat some lasagna in your name.
Oh, dude, please do. And there's so many good things. They actually, for his birthday, he got a free dessert. So he got this huge mango chocolate earthquake or something. I told him, I said, you need to go with a tiramisu. That's good. But he went with something, and he said it was good, but by the time he was done, he goes, okay, that's just too much.
Yeah.
He goes, I feel sick.
I'll tell you one.
Where'd y'all eat at?
Olive Garden.
No, I meant Charlotte.
Here. Oh, no. We were
See, that's
home.
one thing I was like, dude, if you had ate in Charlotte, I would have been really mad.
Oh, no. We had to get home. You know, we had all the family, waiting.
Because y'all had 3 birthdays that weekend.
Right.
Oh, dude, it was
that's
crazy.
Rough,
but it was a great weekend.
Shoot, by the time I got there at around a little bit before noon, and we had walked around all day, it was like 4:30 or something. I was ready to eat. I was like, we gotta find something here.
Yeah, I was so tired. I mean, when I got to the hotel and I had some food, I was right out.
My taste Sunday was rough, dude. We got up early for Father's Day breakfast with Tab's dad, and I was dragging the entire time. Then I had lunch with my family. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make it today.
Man, let me tell you something. Monday I felt that way.
Yeah.
Because every day I had a birthday, and it was a huge celebration and stuff, and Monday came, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Comes crashing
And
down.
I'm not done, though. This Friday, it continues.
More graduations?
No. This Friday is Connor's party because he wanted to have an overnight at the Edge. Yeah, which is great. For those of you guys who don't know, the Edge is it's a huge 5,000 square foot facility with trampolines, mats, cages, equipment. It's a kid. They come in here. It's like the ultimate, playground.
Yep.
And so he brings 5 of his buddies, and they have at it. Place is yours.
That's awesome.
They get the music on. They got a bunch of dodgeballs.
Break the foam pit open.
Oh, they break the foam pit
That's
open.
Awesome. I'm coming. I'm
I'll
crashing
do
the
it,
party,
right?
Connor.
So
we're there.
But it sucks because it's an all-nighter. It's an overnighter, and they won't go to bed until 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which means I don't go to bed until 4. So my Saturday's pretty much shot.
Right.
That's rough, because this weekend, I mean, I was so tired, and by the time Sunday I started resting, I was like, it's almost Monday now, time to get back to work. It's like, oh, my whole weekend.
But
I loved it. Can't wait till next year.
With all my health things that have been going on recently, we did get a new mattress, and that's helped me a little bit. So it's like I'm sleeping better at night. That's nice.
All right, cool. I need a new mattress. How much did you end up paying? Big bucks?
We just got a cheapo Acerta. It was like $600.
Dude, let me tell you, some of the ones I was looking at were like thousands. I was like,
yeah.
what?
There's a Sleep Number. It's great, but it's like $3,500.
Yeah, day.
Yeah.
Good gracious. I just sleep on the floor.
So you know, they explained it to me like this: you'll pay 20-30 grand for a car that'll last you 5 or 6 years. You spend a third of your life on the bed, but you won't invest that much in a mattress.
I tell you something else that
I totally agree with that.
Something else I spend a lot of money on is my shoes.
I don't.
Because your feet are on the ground all the time. If your feet start hurting, it's going to go right to your knees, your hips, your back,
hips, yeah,
all the way up.
Same thing with my lazy boy and the sheets that I put on the bed. If you're going to be under there, you need to be, it's your pillow, all of that. You're spending so much time there. Because like when I go home, if I've finished, I come home, I'll do my workout, I'll get in the shower, I go to the edge, and then, you know, I'm going to get a couple hours, you know, just sitting down for a little bit and relaxing.
Yeah.
If that chair sucks, that's 2 hours a night, and then I would hate to admit how much time I spent there on the weekend. Troy's a piece of junk. I gotta move.
Dude, you work hard for your millions, though.
Oh, yeah.
Millions.
Yeah.
And millions.
You know what's better than being rich?
Being super rich.
Yeah, being super rich. Having everybody think you're rich.
There you go. There you go.
Dude.
See, now that's well played. So now we're thinking, is he really rich or is he saying this?
Oh, I'm so not rich.
Yeah.
I'm in debt up to my eyeballs.
I've seen your 12-story house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hotel Chamonix.
I want you to keep perpetuating this, so I'm not going to stop you. Yes.
We almost had spinach.
Millions and millions. And
Millions of dollars, millions of dollars, millions of dollars.
now, I'm not saying I'm rich, but I'm going to the beach for a week at the beach house, but then at my other house in Florida.
I'm going to my beach.
Going to my beach.
He said, I'm just kidding while winking at us. I don't know what that means. Wow.
I'm going to my key, my Florida key.
I'm not rich. I just happen to be friends with a lot of rich people who say, I got a house. You want to go down? Yes, I would love to.
That's
There you
awesome
go.
when you find that. That's sweet.
I got family members, so thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
All right, look. Enough of the con. Thumbs up to the con.
Yeah, man.
Let's break out into Josh. You might have to take the lead on this.
Actually, well, go ahead.
Oh, you got another one? I was going to say.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about to break into our stuff tonight.
Tonight is a very special edition of the Simply Incredible podcast because tonight we're going into new territory.
I want to talk about Cloverfield, Cloverfield Lane, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because this will break
I saw
into. Do you enjoy it?
I did, and I did.
Yeah, me too.
I knew nothing.
I went into it with no expectations of anything, and I come out like, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
John Goodman.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that boy's good.
That boy good.
He's
No.
an actor.
But you know what? I don't think we should take. I think honestly, it would be a disservice to talk about that too much and ruin what was so great about it. Because the great thing about it was the unknown, don't you think?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I went in
Yeah.
and I purposefully said I don't know anything.
Yeah, because it's 75% of one thing, and then the end you're like, where did
What?
that come from?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, which I
yeah.
loved.
And me and Tab didn't get it because we didn't see what it was in the background at first. And I was like, oh, that's a da-da-da. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, it is.
All right.
Giggity.
Tonight's special edition is going to be on the paranormal. All those things that would be on the outside fringes that if you have any common sense at all, you totally believe.
Yeah, that is exactly right.
I see what you did there.
Ah, you see that? That was a little switcheroonie.
Only the bright believe.
Only the bright believe.
I believe in a thing called love.
That was good, dude. I believe I can fly. All right, now, paranormal can cover a whole bunch of different
Yeah, a
things.
whole lot of different things.
How many normals?
At least two.
At least two.
Gotcha.
Not trinormals,
Nah, I got you.
Not paranormans.
No.
Paranormal.
which is a good movie, by the way.
I've heard.
Animated.
That's Tim Burton, right?
Yep.
All right. What is your favorite areas when you talk about paranormal? What do you like to?
I love some UFOs.
UFOs. Me too.
UFOs.
You?
He's like, I just love hearing about people talk about it.
Yeah,
And just shaking my head.
Do you? Well, first, for those of you guys who don't know, Josh is our naysayer. He's our
Yep.
comic foil tonight. Do you believe in any of this at all?
Not
any?
at all.
Have you never seen anything to make you go, well, I don't know what caused that?
I might have said that, but I would believe that there's an explanation.
Oh, there's an explanation.
Yeah.
A non-paranormal
They
explanation.
came from
no.
outer space.
But I'll tell you
They
what,
built the
though,
pyramids.
not necessarily UFOs on this planet, but I believe there's got to be life out there in the universe
Yep.
somewhere.
Too big.
Yeah.
Too big
That's
to
one thing.
say no.
That's one thing. If people say there's nothing out there, I'm like, look at all the stars out there and all these stars and planets, dude.
Let me ask you this, though. Because I think that even some of the biggest skeptics outside of Connor thinks I'm a nut. He says, Dad, none of that is real. None of it. There's no
Connor,
such
you're
thing.
wrong.
He's
Look
wrong.
into it.
But,
not in a bad way, of course.
I don't argue with him. A man changed against his will is of the same opinion still. You're not going to win somebody to your side.
That's true.
So, I just heard a wickety.
But with him, the question is this. He goes, okay, Dad, maybe there are intelligent life forms out there throughout the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But why would they come here?
To try to be on the podcast?
That'd be a good reason. But think about it. If they're so technologically advanced, why are they coming to watch the primitives?
Just to expand and find other life. Maybe they think they're the only ones.
Yeah. See, look at that. You're making my argument for me. Let me take notes.
Yeah.
Connor, they could be thinking they're the only ones. But I look at it like this. Imagine this. Because I've heard that argument before. Why would they come here? They wouldn't come here. We're not that interesting if you're that technologically advanced to travel light years. I was like, if we found a portal that could travel to a life with intelligent...
Wormhole.
Yeah, a wormhole, right? If we could get there, and there were people down there who had just discovered, the steam engine.
Yeah.
And they had their own cultures and every, difference... We'd watch.
Mm-hmm. We'd share our technology with them.
Maybe.
And I think they have.
You think they have?
I think they have.
What technology do you think that has been shared from...
Well, look at the seemingly random leaps in technology. Remember Roswell?
Oh, yeah.
Then all of a sudden we had big leaps.
Fiber optics.
Before you know it, we're in space.
Yeah.
And then, you hear random stuff happening, random UFO things. Next thing you know, we've got these high-powered computers and cell phones.
Well,
I think these things that don't just go. Some guys somebody that might work for Apple who has passed away.
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
he didn't just come up with this on his own.
You think he maybe had a visit?
He might have.
You're killing me.
Now, a lot of times they've done these TV shows on the History Channel for so long. If you looked at my DVR,
I love watching those,
dude.
I watched some today.
People would come over to my DVR, to my house, and my DVR would get clicked on. Like Brian would be like, "What do you got on your DVR?" And I was so embarrassed to show him because I was like, probably just fights, man stuff.
47 hours of History Channel.
Oh, dude, ancient aliens,
Conspiracy
UFO
theories.
files, finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, did you ever watch Squatch Hunters?
Oh, dude. Monster Quest.
Monster Quest, yes.
Dude. Now, I think that there's definitely life out there. Mm-hmm. The big question in my mind isn't if it's out there. It's number one, if it's visiting. Mm-hmm. Number one, are they visiting? But number two, has there been contact, like a sharing of stuff? Because there's a lot of people that believe when Roswell crashed, that theory lines goes that, well, not only did it crash, but we reverse engineered the craft and the technology, and that's where we got fiber optics from.
Yep.
That's where we got some of our propulsion systems from. That's where they get memory metal from, some different things. And they had all these different things. I was like, it's too easy.
Yeah.
So what are you laughing at?
I'm just in my mind, I'm going, he's just like this. I'm just going to sit here and listen.
Josh is like, shut up. This is stupid.
I don't want to be too negative.
Dude.
Too late.
If they ever get here, though, they're going to have to either...
They're going to have to come to Josh's house.
No, they're going to have to...
The Grays will come visit him.
They're going to have to do either the portals or warp speed or something, because there's nothing within our travel distance to where a life form can get here in one lifetime.
Well...
Do they need to blow up the White House?
Dude, right? How does that look to you, the new Independence Day?
I haven't actually seen anything yet.
Have you ever seen the trailer?
I haven't seen anything of it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I just don't know.
I'll watch it, but
No. The one byline that they got that Connor and I really love is, we've had 20 years to prepare.
Mm-hmm. So have they.
Mm-hmm.
That's spooky.
Yeah. Now you get these 2-story tall ones. You're like, that's bigger than last time.
That's bigger. But I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Number one, do you believe in Roswell? Do you think that happened?
I do think it happened.
Do you?
I do, because they actually had a thing in the paper the next day that the government said a UFO came down. And then they changed their story on it. It was just a weather balloon.
Yeah, which is a far cry from anything that you could make a mistake on.
Yeah, and they were talking about how there were bodies laying around it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the alien autopsy, I think that big video that came out,
Yeah.
I think that was fake.
Yeah, I do too.
But I think that stuff back then, I think it happened.
Yeah. Now, what about you, Roswell? Did it happen?
0%.
He said, absolutely did not happen.
Yeah, well,
Could you elaborate upon 0%?
I don't want to, taking.
they got here
I mean,
in a Frisbee?
Did you think that? What do you think?
For the longest time, I thought that there was a real chance it could have happened. I was like, you know what? I don't trust the government.
Mm-hmm.
It would not be above them to have this and then lie. Mm-hmm. And there is a huge jump in technology. I mean, you got railroads, and then inside of under 100 years, there's a man on the moon.
Well, from Roswell?
No, from there was a technology jump.
Because I would say from Roswell to a man on the moon was 20 years.
Yeah.
Like 25 years.
Yeah. That there is something that's wrong there. That's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. We made that jump. It's so bad he's scrolling Instagram.
I'm listening.
just looking Facebook like whatever, dude.
But
Well, I know with computers, it's just the way they progress, it almost doubles. Like, look at video game systems, look at memory cards. You got your 8 gig, then your 16, then your 32, then your 64. It escalates. It always doubles. So, they make the computer chip. They got these giant computers that are the size of a room. Then they find more
Which
ways to
came
come
from
back to
alien technology.
yeah, it's like interest compounded annually.
Yeah.
The magic penny theory. I mean, if you had a magic penny that doubled the total amount, would you want that or $10 million? And of course, you want the magic penny. If you do the math, it's astronomical what it'll do outside of a month.
Yeah.
Because the moment you hit into the $1 million and that doubles, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that it's funny you're talking about. That takes us into something that's not paranormal, but maybe a little spooky future, AI. Because AI, if you look at it, the only thing that's limiting that from happening is the intelligent factor and the resources. And we've got the power resources. It's just a matter of us getting to that point of having, information be able to be sentient.
Yeah.
And once it starts doubling and it does the compound interest annually, that's a real thing that is gonna happen.
Yeah. Can we make a program that makes decisions based on human logic?
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. Then you get into scary worlds ideas, because then do you allow that program to change its own software to upgrade itself?
Yeah.
Because if you do that, the speed of his computing power, he could do thousands of years of work inside of hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's, 1 million times faster than a human brain, so.
It's like Ultron and Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Tony's getting ready to blow him up. He's like, I'm already there. Don't worry. You'll catch on eventually.
Yeah, right. And the only thing worse to them kind of being, able to change their own software and be the bad guy is that if there was a bad guy in charge of it and pulling the strings, he'd be like literally godlike.
Unstoppable, yeah. Let's call it NetSky.
NetSky. That's cool though. All right, so UFOs. let's go. What's your favorite UFO story?
Have you ever witnessed anything?
To be honest, I've never witnessed something that I could take and say, you know what, I've seen a UFO. In fact, none of this stuff could I concrete say, but I've seen some things that, like, I don't know what that was.
See, when I was a kid, I was probably about 10, 12 years old. This is back in the day when we always hung out outside. And it was probably about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night in the summertime. And I look, the guys were just hanging out, looking up at the sky, and something went across the sky. Now, this is one of those things that goes from one side of the sky to the other in like a couple of seconds. Now, we've seen planes go across, a few minutes getting across. And it looked like to me like somewhere between UFO, ghost. I mean, it was way away, but I mean, you just see like an outline of something going across. See the stars behind it as it went across. I don't know what it was.
Is it too close to be a shooting star?
I know what a shooting star looks like. It was not a shooting star because I mean it looked almost like almost like a triangle, but not really a triangle. Almost like the outline of
Could you see a definitive edge?
Yeah, I mean just like the front edge of it.
Wow.
But I mean like a shooting star, you just see like, but this was kind of like going like across the horizon, not like a downward angle or anything like that, like shooting stars would do.
I saw a shooting star one time. I was outside of the movie theater talking, and I just kind of, was looking over here, at something, and I caught one out of the corner of my eye that literally, the first thing I was like, what the heck was that?
Yeah.
Because it was close. I mean, it was close enough to where I was like, shooting stars don't get that close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it freaked me out a little bit. But I remember one time I was doing a concrete job at a professional, I think it was an eye doctor.
Yeah.
And we had to work at night because they had to take and be able to use the facility during the day. So me and my Uncle Jim were out there, and we're taking a break, and we look up and we see something in the sky, and it just is a little freaky because it is moving, but then it'll stay hovering, and then it'll move, and it'll hover for like 15 minutes or something. I'm like, it actually, kind of freaked me out a little bit, but what am I going to say? Who knows what that is? That could be anything. Well, a cop pulls up because he sees guys out in front of this building. And he's like, hey, guys, just checking. Yeah, we're just doing some work over here, blah, blah. And he can see that we're set up working. And I said, hey, man, let me ask you something. You see that thing up there in the air? And he goes, not only have I seen it, he goes, that's all anybody's talking about on the radio.
Wow.
And people calling in nonstop about it for the last 2 hours. I was like, what? And yeah, dude, that freaked me out. He goes, dude, I don't know what it is. He goes, I've been driving around trying to follow it, or just keep it in my eyes as I'm hitting my thing. He goes, that's the weirdest thing, isn't it? I said, dude, it's trippy. When you have a cop that says something like that, all of a sudden it jumps.
There was a video a couple years back. I think it was over in Russia, maybe, but like there was a bunch of people filming outside, and like there was this like spark or whatever it was nighttime, and it was like up in the air, and it just dropped straight down towards the ground, stopped there, and then took back off right up in the air. And everybody's like, what is that? What is that? I don't know if they ever actually said what that was.
Now, you know that eyewitness accounts are not accurate enough to even be allowed as testimony a lot of times. They're considered so inaccurate because your brain will fill in a lot of the missing spots.
Well, I've always said this about that, like back in the 80s and stuff, people would swear they saw this, they had this, that, and then camera phones come out on your cell phone, and suddenly nobody's saying that stuff anymore because now they have a way to record it and prove it. But
I don't believe you're right. In fact, I believe just the opposite is true about that. Now I see more footage than I ever would have hoped to in the past. But it's all bad footage.
Yeah, it's all
it's all shaky
stuff.
Cam and stuff.
What did you just say?
Doctored.
That's what I thought he said.
No, I don't believe that it's doctored. I think there is definitely some that is doctored, but I think a lot of it is just misidentification.
Yeah.
Like I think, one of the things I want to talk about is Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Okay? But I think a lot of that is probably, misidentification.
Yeah.
You see something in the woods, your brain fills in the,
Now, is this supposed to be the same Bigfoot? Is he like immortal, or does he have a family living out there?
No, it's supposed to be like, okay, hey, let's make the official Bigfoot,
jump in the shark.
Jump into Bigfoot world now.
Jump in the shark.
He's supposed to be a
Sharknado?
species. Sharknado.
Jump in the Sharknado.
Bigfootnado.
Big feet Ado.
I think that was in a video game, Aquaman. He like makes it rain sharks and one of them eats somebody.
Now,
It
that's
might be
cool.
in the new Injustice game. Maybe.
That could be cool. No, Bigfoot
Yeah, it
is
was
not
in
an
Injustice,
immortal though. He is, a species. Like an ape.
Yeah.
Or a bear. And it's funny though because one of the things that got me to really believe this when I was a kid, to think about it, I didn't know how we didn't know about gorillas until the 40s. People would come back before there was photography and stuff like that, and they would hear about stories of the wild men of Africa that lived in the trees and were strong as 10 men, and they were mountain, beastly things.
I remember when there was this really big one that climbed up the Sears Tower. And
Ah,
crazy, man.
dude. That was real.
I know, right?
I got video of that.
Yeah.
Columbia does.
I've seen it.
But yeah, I was like, how do they not know about gorillas? Like, we take that as normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, a lot of people think that this could be just like, a rare, primate.
We've mapped every inch of this earth.
Not true. That's
Unless
not true.
Unless he's living in the ocean.
No, that's not true, though. There's parts in the Pacific Northwest that is so dense, no human foot has gone there. And even if they, are mapping it as far as on a computer level, the density of the woods up there, you could take and be in there. And if we walked away from each other for like 5 to 10 minutes, you'd be lost. Mm-hmm. That's how thick that brush is. In fact, there's talk of people, going over with drones right now to see if they can't kind of get some insight. The canopy is so thick, that's just not going to work. You're not going to even see down. Like if you were lost there and a helicopter had to spot you, they're not finding you. They've got planes that have wrecked up there that they still haven't found. Mm. And this is the age, of like the black box and, sonar. I mean, golly.
So we have a somewhat sentient being living in this woods, surviving on eating whatever's out there,
grubs,
and
berries.
He's got to have a pretty big family, unless he's like inbreeding to every generation or something.
I think it's a total species. I mean, if he was real.
Yeah.
I will say this. The older I get, the more I lose hope in it. Because I
and there
want
just
it to
always
be...
happens to be one that makes its way to a Kmart parking lot or something.
What? I've never seen that.
He was in Bedford not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. But now, here's the thing about...
Don't you want it to be true, though?
I do. But here's the thing that
just don't think it's
kills
gonna
me
come out.
is the one thing that I think gives any hope to it, a really bad name, is like the Squatch hunters.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, he goes in there, you hear that dog barking?
That's a Squatch.
Yeah, it's a Squatch in your back. That's what happens. Dogs start barking. Yeah. I'm like, well, dang, that means there's one living on both sides of me.
I'm going to eat this caterpillar poop because they're attracted to it and they're going to come out.
Those guys.
They come out with like a big siren. He goes, you hear that? It's Squatch.
Squatch collars.
That's the worst thing. Every single thing they hear.
Squatch.
I think there's a Squatch in these woods. I'm like, no, dude, that's an owl.
Like the one,
or Bobo farted. It's like, that is not a Squatch.
Like the one guy, I think they did shave him down. I think he was a Squatch.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Bobo? Yeah, definitely.
There's your spoiler twist right there. He was the Squatch.
He was. Dude, would that be the best? How do you hide? In plain sight. Shave that sucker down. Give him a goofy hat.
Harry and the Hendersons, that was a real Squatch.
Ah, yes.
Yes, Harry was real.
I mean, what?
No, I'm thinking now that Bobo conspiracy that could catch on, dude.
Because I mean,
there could be some legs there.
He's like this. Now look, I'll go call a Squatch. Oh! Shh. Let's see if we hear one call back. I mean, when I see something like that, like, dude, you're killing it, man. You're killing it.
Let me tell you, I love it because they're listening like, tonight's the night, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's going to happen.
Yeah. You got the one woman on there, she's a little bit like, I don't believe nothing. And then all of a sudden she goes, wait a minute, what was that? That might have been a Squatch.
History Channel's like, we gave these guys $50,000. What were we thinking?
What were we thinking? But you know what? I tell you what.
We're going squatching tonight.
Krista actually asked me because she loves that I'm a goofball about this stuff. She just revels. She thinks it's cute. Yeah, she's like, oh, look at the poor short bus rider. He's a cute.
It's not a short bus. It's exclusive.
It's exclusive.
It's an exclusive bus.
We're true believers.
Dude, it's an exclusive
It's
group.
very exclusive. I mean, people like Professor X are on that bus with their wheelchairs.
God, I hope Boyce ain't listening to this. He's going to be like, I can't have this guy represent me. But
if you train here at the Edge, just ignore this whole thing.
Just ignore it. It's real, Dick'em.
Dagnabbit.
But Krista, she had a friend, and they were talking, and her husband was like a Bigfoot nut dude, right? And this girl had Bigfoot leggings, and what it was, they were patterned, like it would look like a bunch of trees and stuff, and every now and then there'd be a Sasquatch in it. Krista got them.
I was about to say, those aren't leggies, those are just hairy legs.
Oh, that's bad.
It was winter time.
But Krista got them, and she was just saying, oh man, would you ever like to go squatching? And I was like, absolutely not. That's a wasted night.
Oh, come on.
I would never do it. Would you do it?
Let's go up to the peaks and do some squatching.
Oh, heck no. You never.
It's like, come on, Hunter, we're going, quote unquote, camping.
No, I'm not going squatching.
What about ghosts?
Okay, let's make wait. First, last thing, we got to mention this. What do you think about the Patterson film?
Oh, that was fake.
You think that was 100% fake?
Yeah, they admitted it.
Who did?
The guys that originally filmed it.
No, they never have. No.
Yep.
There's as much of a conspiracy about their admission as there is about the thing.
The government forced them to say it.
It's rough when you can't even admit to something nowadays.
I'm telling you that they never did.
Next you go, what about Hitler?
Well, hold on. I'm talking about this. We ain't letting this bone go. Because that's just not true to say that they admitted it. That's not true. Now, I'm not saying that it's real. I'm saying that they didn't admit it was fake.
It's real, but it's not fake.
I feel you, Troy. I feel you.
I'm sorry. It's sad part is I'm the believer, but I'm pretty sure that's not real.
Now, when you look at it,
talking about.
the one film on Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's like
you see him doing the look and stuff.
I don't know that I've seen it.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
If you saw it, you'd believe it.
Yeah. You'd believe that film is fake, but he can't admit it because he admitted it and it's not true to his admission. Oh, gosh. Oh, I just hurt my brain thinking about what I just said.
You see, they wanted to admit it, but the government didn't let them. The president was going to assassinate him. JFK once found him, and you see what happened to him.
Yep. He was a believer. That's
all right.
What happens.
Ghost. Go to Ghost.
Go to Ghost. Because when you start talking about you want to go on a squatch hunt, I was thinking, well, I have been on a ghost hunt. You guys ever done that?
No.
It's pretty fun, pretty interesting.
I've heard
in
people
Bedford,
that have.
In Bedford at Avenel?
Yeah. I remember you went on one, right?
Yeah. The ghost hunt. Well, we didn't find anything. Darn it.
That's a shocker.
I wanted to be spooked.
You're talking about the History Channel guys. The same thing happened with these ghost hunter guys. They're walking through these rooms and like, oh, did you hear that? I heard something. Did you hear that too? Oh.
There's one that kills me. He's a cameraman on one. It's got the 3 guys on it.
Uh-huh.
Paranormal State, I think it's called,
Yeah.
something like that. And the one guy with the camera, oh, what was that? What was that?
What was that?
Hey, dude, what was that?
Okay.
And the other guy was like, dude, I just took a step and I stepped on a piece of paper.
Dude, let me tell you something.
I felt a chill in my arm. That was Martha from 1932.
Dude.
Hey, don't listen to Martha.
Hey, you remember those
Why'd you say
guys
Martha?
that would scream at the ghost like they were going to take him,
I think it was the same people, wasn't
I think it was.
Yeah.
But they would be like, come on, do something. We're not afraid of you. And I was like, why would you tempt that?
Exactly.
Whether
Just in case.
We'll put it this way.
Like, I'm not going to a graveyard and start threatening people that are buried.
You
Unless
don't.
Michael Jackson's there, then I am.
The one thing that I don't dig on
His graves.
is somebody who thinks they know everything.
Yeah.
I do.
I did. I was pointing at Josh there. But,
If this was on video, you would have totally gotten that joke.
that joke was very visual.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
guys are so mean to me.
No, but one of the things that I am a huge believer in is that I know I don't know everything. That there's so much more going on this plane of existence than we know. Now, you think ghost, you can get spiritual there as far as, do you believe in an afterlife? Or do you believe, in Judeo-Christian values, with heaven and hell? Because if you do, a lot of times in the Bible, there's the argument to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So there is no hanging out here. You're either here or you're there. You're not ghost figure here.
Right.
But like I said, who knows? Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
What do you think they are?
I've always heard people say it this way. It's like they're caught in limbo. Like maybe, let's kind of go with the crow on this. Where they, something happened to them and they're not settled with where they are. Maybe they don't even know they're dead.
Got their unfinished business.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not saying that they're the crow coming back to kill everybody, but
Daryl has a unique vantage point when it comes to ghosts,
so to speak.
Well, first of all, besides what I'm talking about, because I know you know what I'm talking about, have you ever seen a ghost?
I've never seen a ghost.
Have you known anybody who has seen a ghost?
I have not personally known.
Okay.
I have a green pet ghost that slimes me sometimes.
That's my Slimer impression. I thought you were going to get dirty there. It's like, my kid listens to this. But Daryl actually had a near-death experience. Do you mind if I,
No.
you know?
When did we spar last?
Dude, every time you ask me to spar, I have one.
Clearly had nothing to do with those little light punches.
I was gonna say it wasn't anytime recently.
Now, tell us. Go ahead. Tell us about this.
Well, I had an operation, and they gave me some medicine. And apparently, I was allergic to, and I had really bad internal bleeding. And they took me from the children's hospital to the regular hospital, which I don't remember doing this. And they said for I don't know how long, maybe a few seconds or something, that I was not there, that I had passed away. And I remember like looking down at myself with the people helping me at the other hospital that I had not seen. And then the next day they come in and I was like, yeah, I saw you last night. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, you were helping me. You're like on my right side. And they were like, how would you know this? I was like, yeah, you were there. And she goes, and she was baffled by this. And then the doctor comes in and I was telling him, I was like, yeah, you were on the left side over here. And he was like, you weren't even awake. You were out. And I don't think they wanted to say you were gone for a few minutes or a few seconds. Then again, that could explain my brain damage too.
That would explain so
but,
much.
I mean, it's like there was no way for me to know these people. So
you were out and out. Now, did you ever have a time where you floated above your body?
I was like in the corner looking down at the whole thing.
All right. What do you think?
Stuff like that, I don't know. I kind of question it. Like
right now, he wants to call me a liar right now. But
no. It's stuff like that makes you think, and like the mediums and whatever that say they talk. I don't believe in like 99.999% of them, but there's this one lady, Susan Northrup, and they have her on K92 sometimes.
I've heard of
like
her.
Hope for the Holidays and stuff like that. And she'll pick out these just minute details about somebody's life, and I'm like, there's no way you know that unless you like pre-interviewed them or something. And if you're taking a live radio call, it's like, makes you wonder.
It does. And the thing about it is, you can look at him, because people, who don't know Daryl, they could say, dude, this guy could, say whatever he wants. We have no way to vet this, guy's talk or anything.
Yeah.
You know him. Do you believe in his sincerity right there?
Yeah, for sure.
He could be wrong, but he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird when there's no... He's not wrong if these people were saying, how did you know that? I mean, you because like I believe him, and I was not there, of course, but I'm 100%. And this is one thing with every fiber of who I am, I believe in that.
It's like
near-death experiences.
I mean, you never know what your mind tells you and what you experience. Like people like Stephen Hawking and Neil Tyson deGrasse and stuff like that. Like they've explained like seeing the white light when you go at the end of the tunnel and stuff. It's all your synapses in your brain firing at once, releasing all the chemicals in your brain to help you go. You're not actually seeing a white light going towards it. So I think there's explanations for things.
There are explanations for certain things, and people even say that about, tripping on DMT. There's some psychedelic drugs that can give like experiences.
Yeah.
And I believe that those things might have, some parallels and could explain some of it. It really could.
Yeah.
But when you have somebody who actually said, look, what I was seeing was not a hallucination. I looked down and you had a red shirt on and you spilled something on it. Something with those kind of specificities. That right there is just like, okay, now how, and there's actually cases like that through near-death experiences where somebody said, this one girl, she had the near-death experience. She had the feeling that where she floated up, left her body, and she said at one point I went right through the ceiling and I was up looking down at the roof, and she goes, and there's like this red Converse up there on the roof, and she goes, I'm like, why am I even looking at this? Why is there a shoe up here? And then she went on, had her experience, and floated back down. Now she's like on the 4th or 5th floor or whatever, and somebody went up and checked, and there's a red shoe up there. Now I know that sounds like every ghost story that you tell around the campfire, because it's like wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
But and
then the man with the hook for the arm came out of the nowhere.
It's like, I don't know where he is now. I love that on Meatballs. That's one of my favorite stories. That's one of my favorite ghost stories is Bill Murray telling it at Meatballs. Okay, so ghost, I believe there could be something to the whole thing with the ghost, because like I said, I believe in a spiritual world. I believe that after you leave here, you'll, be enlightened. No way to prove it, no way to know it, but that's my feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so aliens, yeah, they exist. The question is whether they've been here.
Yep.
Bigfoot, does he exist anymore, or is it just like a species of, primate that has died out, centuries ago? What is that big ape that they're attributing a lot of the historical accounts for? Orang pendikar or something like that.
That I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge bipedal primate that could have been like 8 feet tall. And they've got like skeletal records and stuff.
King Louis.
King Louis.
That's
what I was trying to figure out how to do. King Louis. That's how you pronounce that.
King Louis.
Louis. That's awesome, dude. But
Bill Murray.
and ghosts, I'm thinking that there's something too.
Yeah.
I don't know about the whole ghost things, but as far as that spiritual other side, I don't even doubt it. Jesus is my 100% best friend. I'm going to see him on the other side one day. What's next?
What do you think about remote viewing?
Not a lot, really.
Yes, I don't believe in this one, but I know a lot of people really believe it's possible. You know what we're talking about, Josh?
No, I don't.
Why don't you break it down what it is?
Basically, that's like this. Back in, I believe the first time that I remember hearing it being talked about was they said in World War II, they had people, they were trying to get them to be able to project their consciousness to like if it was in Germany. So they were trying to project their consciousness to like England, to like when they were talking about war stuff, strategies, to be almost like you're there and you're observing everything's going on, but your body is somewhere else, and you're telling them exactly what their strategy is going to be, the people in the room and everything. It's like if you're here right now talking to us, but you can project yourself to be at home with Alex and the missus. So, and I'm like, I can't believe that someone could do that.
I don't believe in that, but I believe like other things related to the brain. I think maybe in the future it'll be possible. Like, have you seen that movie Surrogates?
Yeah.
Where they're like in a pod, but their consciousness is hardwired through Wi-Fi to this robot living their life for them. You don't know if stuff like that could ever be possible. If we could communicate telepathically, just thinking and picking out, like, I don't know. I got a little bit of belief there.
Wow. This is the one I did not expect you to believe in.
Because like, haven't you ever just been like, it used to happen to me all the time. I'd just be sitting on the couch and like, the next episode of this show is going to be about this, and it'd be that exact episode of that show.
We need to examine you.
Yeah.
You have some insights. I have some questions.
I mean,
We're
just
waiting
stuff like,
to believe you.
Just stuff like that's always happening. Like you hear people, they have a dream and it comes true when they wake up and stuff.
Do you believe in intuition?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think that comes from? Because that's usually the question.
Women have intuition.
Oh, they do?
I think it's just something in our brain. We know so little about medical technology. We're just getting to where we're curing diseases and stuff. I mean, a couple centuries down the road, who knows what
so
we're gonna be
you
able
think
to do.
though that it is a physical?
Yeah, I do.
It's not the spiritual world.
No.
You're wrong. Okay.
So what about time travel?
No. The Ninja Turtles, to bring the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into this, they are doing an issue right now where they're having this run where Bebop and Rocksteady are going all through time, and they're destroying everything. And they explain this one thing is like, time travel couldn't exist because if we went back and did anything, even if we went back to the prehistoric times and moved a single leaf on a tree or something like that.
This was on Family Guy.
Oh yeah.
The butterfly effect?
Kind of the butterfly effect, but that never happened, and seeing as how you did that now, you've created a new timeline completely. So you can never go back.
Like a ripple.
You can never go back to your original timeline because it doesn't exist anymore. You've changed it, so you'll go back to a different future now. So it's like, I don't think time travel is possible because you'd never be able to go back and forth through the same timeline.
Have you ever seen some of those videos from like the 30s and stuff where you have somebody
looks like they're having a cell phone conversation?
Yeah, there was a Mike Tyson boxing match, and it looked like somebody had like a smartphone or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think that I actually read the whole thing about Tyson. They actually there was a camcorder,
like
that
Samsung or something.
Mm-hmm.
But there is that 1931. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like
this woman, she's walking by and you can tell she's talking on something.
She's on a cell phone ish looking item.
And I saw.
But it looks like what you would see today with someone walking on a cell phone. Have you ever seen the video we're talking about?
Yeah.
And I saw something the other day. Actually, it was today because I was watching these conspiracy theories. And there's this one. There's this guy. He looks like he's in like a modern shirt with like a screen print. But this was
I saw this
like
one
in the 50s or so when they were opening up a bridge.
Yeah,
and, this
and
guy was
he's
just
there
kind of,
dressed out of place. Like,
Yeah.
he looks like someone from today.
and it looks like he's got like a Canon camera or something right there. Holding.
Yep. And everybody else looks like Leave It to Beaver dads.
Yeah.
Like, they're wearing
Suits.
suits and fedora, you know, that whole thing.
Like-
And he looks like, hey, I'm from the Gap.
Yeah.
Let me go back and stop Hitler. Nah, I'm gonna go take a picture of a bridge.
Yeah, it's like, wait, why would I want to? I could go to see JFK. Maybe I can save him.
right,
No.
But maybe there has been some catastrophe that has been stopped, and we don't know about it because it was stopped.
See, there you go.
Hey, 100%. We could have had an X-Men moment, but Wolverine fixed it. We just don't know anymore.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Dude.
Let me evolve. Come on, man.
Dude, let me
Use
evolve.
the claws.
Well, if you ever want like something that would kind of, you know, at least make you think about it a little bit, Michael Crichton wrote a book called
Jurassic
Timeline.
Park.
Yeah, it's Congo, Timeline, and it's a fantastic book. It's the one Paul Walker was in it.
Yeah.
The movie was just okay. The book was great,
Right.
but the beginning he explains about quantum physics and what it means in time travel, and the way that he breaks down quantum physics for the layperson, I was just like, oh, dude, is that what that is? I never knew what quantum physics meant.
Yeah, it's just one of those big scientific words that like to
Yeah,
throw around
right.
in movies.
Because science, America.
Because science.
I was blinded by science.
Oh, Lord. But that right there was saying how we experience time chronologically.
Yeah.
But in reality, that's because we have to perceive it that way, because of our limited ability to take, you know, sensory, you know, information. But that it's actually happening in one huge explosion that is a constant, never-ending explosion. Like, it's always there. Like, in other words, if you pulled yourself above that timeline and looked, you could see different points on a map, and then, you know, if you could, you know, theoretically travel to it, you would go to that spot.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny because in the Bible, that's kind of what they made it sound with John's revelation. Like, he was pulled up and then he was shown things and he tried to describe them, and it could be Apache helicopters, not locusts, you know, but that was his wordings. So kind of a neat little idea.
Now, what about with the Egyptians, where they have these things that look like on the cave paintings and the paintings and stuff, where it looks like spaceships and things like that?
Apocalypse. X-Men.
Oh, I thought you were going DC with, you know, where they misspelled it.
All right.
I mean, what were they drawing? It looks like modern helicopters, modern airplanes.
Dude, there's a lot of things in Renaissance paintings that you can see. It looks like a man in a spaceship. It doesn't make any sense, but again, I believe I don't know what I don't know. It could be anything in their culture that could be representative of something. But in our culture, you look at it, it's a guy in a circle with something that looks like flames out, and he's got like controls. And these are like a Renaissance painting of Jesus and Mary. And it's just this little thing up in the corner, and you're looking at it, you're like, what the heck is that?
Right.
You know, it's wild, right? See, that's all that DVR Ancient Aliens.
I tell you one thing I was watching not too long ago. It was Indiana Jones, and in one of the caves he was in, you saw R2D2 and C3PO.
Yes.
It's real, folks. It's real.
So they were not in a galaxy far, far away.
No,
They were in one.
They were for a short while, and they made a visit and went back.
They got warp speed. They could get here.
Yeah,
All right, so time travel, what do you say?
I'm saying not possible.
Now, not possible at all, or not possible going forward, but you could go back, not possible?
I just don't think it's possible.
No? You?
I don't think so, because no
Einstein
matter
said
how
it was-
far in the future it would be invented, they would have came back in the past and we'd know about it.
Too simple. Einstein's theory, or Einstein's razor, as simple as possible, but no simpler. And to me, that's too simple. It's like, who knows? Because like you said, they could have done stuff, but we just don't know. Because we don't experience
I don't think he
it
was
with-
being serious when he said that.
What, him?
Yeah.
No, he was. He was totally serious.
Totally serious, bro. Totally serious.
Totally serious. I read that 100% right.
But that kind of brings us into like teleportation and stuff like that. Do you think we could move our body on a molecular level and put it back
Seen
together?
it in Star Trek.
Yeah. Do I think it is something that could possibly
Saw it in
be
Spaceballs.
Or do I think it could be possible? Absolutely.
Because that would be a part of time travel too. You'd have to move your body through space and time.
Yeah, there would be a time travel factor to that, 100%. But I believe that is possible. When? We're only limited by intelligence and information, resources. Dude, maybe a millennium.
We saw what happened to Jeff Goldblum when he tried it.
Oh, dude. Have you ever seen Galaxy Quest? Remember the pig?
Yeah.
Dude, not good. Not good.
Like Spaceballs, he teleported from one room to the next. And next thing you know, his butt was in front of him instead of behind him.
If I had to choose between the two, Galaxy Quest wins that for me every time.
I love Galaxy Quest.
Over Spaceballs.
But I love some Spaceballs too.
Yeah, Spaceballs.
Smoke them if you got them. Darth Helmet.
All right, so time travel is a no. I'm thinking anything's possible. We just don't know right now.
Well, here's why I say it's not possible, and I have to go back to the Future on this. When he gets back to his current time, these people see him. They've known him this whole time, but everything in his past has changed. So how does he now get the information now of what has happened in his first 18, 20 years?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't he automatically know this stuff?
Dude, good question. Who knows?
There was a comic book I was reading. I can't remember which comic book it was, but this one guy could go back in time and fix stuff, and he was like, something really bad happened, and he kept trying like a million different things to fix it, and he was like, I'm sorry, no matter what scenario I let play out, this is the best option that happens. So like stuff like Hitler and stuff like that is like, maybe it had to happen. Maybe the dinosaurs had to die.
I didn't read a comic, but I just watched a show like that. I think it was that 11/22/63, and that's what they're dealing with.
Oh, okay.
And what he was saying is, if you mess with something that's not supposed to be messed with, it'll happen another way.
Yeah.
Like he saved this one person's life from the burning building, left him to the side, and then as he walked away, this car ran him over. Like what is that? Final Destination?
Final Destination,
If
yeah.
death is going to get you, it has to get you. Or if that paper is supposed to burn up in a fire, it doesn't matter. You pulled it out of the house. Some guy, might throw it in the trash, and the trash gets burned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember what it was. It was Heroes, the TV show, the latest season that came out. Hiro Nakamura kept going back trying to save the world, and he was like, I'm sorry, no matter what I try, something worse happens than this.
Wait, that's the newest season?
Yeah.
The one that just come out?
Yeah.
The one that I gave up on after like 3 episodes?
It was alright. It was Sarate on the Warata. Little pootie tang for you.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, what?
Okay, time travel. What else you got? Loch Ness Monster.
Yep. Nessie and Champ.
You got to marry one? Go. We're done here. We're done here.
Log floating down the river. People's imaginations.
All right. Loch Ness Monster, yes or no?
Yeah.
Nah.
Dude, it's so like he goes, why are you wasting time asking me?
It's like with every single thing.
Ain't no dinosaurs.
I mean, it's remote viewing. He's like, that could happen. I'm like, wait, what?
It's a plesiosaur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Plesiosaurus.
Plesiosaurus? Those are women you wife to stay away from.
Yeah.
The plesiosaurs.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I wish we had a camera right now to see some of this because this is hilarious.
Oh, dude.
But now, do you think Nessie and Champ are related?
What's a champ?
What's a champ?
Oh my goodness.
Champ. Lake Champlain. America's Nessie. Vermont.
You never heard of this?
No.
Oh my goodness.
See, that's why you don't believe. You're
Yeah.
not educated.
Yeah.
Yes. Y'all gotta inform me on the ways.
Lake Champlain.
Yeah.
In fact, that's Champney. That's where the name comes from, is Champlain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny. My mom has this grandma camp for all of the cousins. Like my kids go, my brother's kids, my aunt's kids. Everybody comes in there.
bunch of kids.
And she does this thing called Champ Camp.
Okay.
And that's our logo, is the Champ Monster, who's like a Loch Ness Monster type of thing.
Okay, that makes sense because in French, champagne means gullible.
Oh!
I feel the burn.
I think Presnell means dead.
Great day.
Peasy die.
Man. Holy cow.
Hey, you said you hated me.
No, I love you.
Well,
But
not now.
what do you think? Do you think there's any chance that there could be something in Loch Ness?
I think if there could have been. I think it's been so long, and that there hasn't been any sightings of him in a long time.
Yeah. Could have been.
And I think he's no longer with us.
Well, one thing about this is that they say that there's more information that we know about the surface of the moon than our oceans
What's under our ocean,
and water for that matter.
Yeah.
We're limited by the pressures of what they can do to the technology that we could send down there and look at.
Yeah.
They say that the depth of the water in Loch Ness specifically is so much deeper than what you would think of for a lake like that. It's unbelievable. Like different channels that are available. And also different caverns down there, like undersea caves and stuff. They say that if there was going to be something down there, there's a great food source, there's a great hiding spot. But no sightings in how many years? You do start thinking, well, if it was, it's not anymore.
Yeah.
She
That's
let
what I would
herself
say.
go. She got a little fat, got stuck in one of them caves.
Whoa!
Poor
Dang.
Nessie.
Why'd you have to say she?
In
Wasn't
fact,
Nessie always thought of as a female?
Could have been a guy.
I always thought of Nessie as a she too. It just sounds like Bessie,
Bessie Nessie.
like a cow, but of the oceans.
The ocean sea cow.
Of the ocean's cow. It's a sea cow. Oh, we've solved the mystery.
Boom,
sea
boom,
cow.
boom.
So, do you disagree with any point that I remember watching way back in the day, In Search Of
Oh, that's how I got into all of this stuff as a kid,
Leonard Nimoy?
dude.
That's
In
what
Search
corrupted you.
Of. Dude,
Love
did
that.
you ever see that?
Nah.
That you man,
Yeah,
wasted
know what?
youth.
Yeah, well, no, I don't even know if he was around back then. Wasn't that in late 70s, early 80s?
Probably mid to late 70s. I don't
Yeah.
even think it made it to the 80s.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever saw Bigfoot too.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, that's real. I saw real Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Oh,
real,
nice.
Not Littlefoot.
not juvie squatch.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a juvenile squatch. Juvie squatch. But I saw that, the Loch Ness monster, the abominable snowman, which is really Bigfoot in the snow.
Yes.
That's a
A
big
Yeti.
squatch.
When he goes on vacation, of
Yeah.
course.
When he goes on
Right.
vacation.
Come on,
Of
you know that from Looney Tunes.
Of course.
Bugs Bunny.
I would love him and pet him and call his name George.
I would call him George.
All right.
So there's no part of you guys that think like it's just human folklore and superstition and things just escalate throughout the generations. You want to believe really bad, don't you?
I love the idea of believing in all this stuff. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to imagine that there's so much more to the universe than what we know.
Yeah.
And to that point, I also think there's a lot of logic to that we don't know.
Yeah.
Every society that's ever been present has always believed that they were at the pinnacle of that society or of technology.
It's true. Human imagination is limited by what they know at that point. Because, like, you'll see pictures from, like, the 20s or the 1800s. What do you think the year 2000 is going to be like? And it'll be advanced stuff like flying cars and stuff, but it'll be with things that they have in their time. They can't
And
fathom something
everyone wears
different.
aluminum.
Yeah. So, we don't know what...
We don't have jetpacks, you know what I'm saying? And in the 1970s, that was a promise by this time.
Uh-huh.
They're like, oh, that's going to happen, dude. I mean, you could see guys do that on TV.
Yeah.
But we do have that hoverboard. Looks like Green Goblin. You see that?
I did see that.
Dude, that's
The water
crazy.
one?
The one over the
Yeah,
water?
yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
That's pretty sweet.
So, but that's where I'm at this stuff. I want these things to be. I want there to be a Bigfoot. I want us to find him. I want there to be a Champ or a Nessie. I want them to find him. A Yeti. I would love alien contact and with the guy. But to be honest, I'd love if Superman landed and was real. I'd be like, yeah,
exactly.
man, I'm
Oh, for
in.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but do I believe that all of these things are real? I totally don't.
Yeah.
Because so many people can get wrong. You ever play that game, like I think it's Rumor Mill or Post Office,
Yeah,
they said?
telephone, yeah.
Yeah, telephone. And you tell one person, and by the time it gets
Yeah.
around the room, it's totally,
for
skewed.
sure. Yeah.
Same thing with information like this. So,
It's optimistic, though.
I love it. It's fun. Like I said, people always ask me, they go, man, you're so happy. You smile all the time. I'm here to enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
And that is a big part of it for me, is to be wide-eyed and imaginative and open to those possibilities. I mean, isn't that how you kind of look at all this?
Exactly. I mean, to me, if it's just everything is just at face value, things will get real boring real fast.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's like my whole thing in life, I just have to go work, then make money, then pay bills, and then go home at the end of the day, and that's it.
Let me tell you, I know a ton of people like that, and I literally pray for them. I'm just like, Lord, give them the joy of what that imagination we have is.
Right.
You're talking about...
I pray for Josh every night.
Yeah.
Please, Lord, help him smile. This poor sad man in Roanoke.
Let me ask one last thing, one last little thing. Do you believe in secret groups that are ruling the world? Like the Illuminati and stuff like that? Like those secret power groups that meet somewhere like once a year.
Illuminati?
Well, I've heard of that, and there's a few other groups as well that I've heard of that have done that and kind of like power rule the world. And they just all like get together, and if something like a war needs to happen, they like, all right, we'll go start a war somewhere to do things. If other things need to happen, we'll just make it happen over here.
What is good for business?
Dude, I had a high school history teacher who, God bless this guy. Oh, man, what a great guy. Because I didn't even know what we had back then. But he kind of used his history class as like a conspiracy theorist, platform to talk, and he was talking about like Illuminati, but he didn't say that word. Like he's like, I'm gonna get in trouble if I tell these kids that.
They're gonna hear me.
But he'd talk about the world bankers, and he was like, money controls this world. It's not the politicians. It's not who you elect into government. Those are the stage show for the masses. The real people that are making these decisions are the money, the world bankers, the top guys. I was like, oh, man. And I was like, what is he talking about? The world bankers? I know SunTrust and, Bank of America. Is it Bank of the World? And so, I don't know.
The FDIC?
That's it, man.
That's who it is. I mean, I don't think there's like some group that just controls everything and does stuff like that. I don't believe that.
I believe that, like with this election that we have going on right now, and everybody is worried. I have my favorites, and I'm totally against the opposite. I think neither of the choices are even good, let alone ideal.
All right.
They're just not, But I also believe that there's a lot of fearmongers and doomsayers that'll say, hey, man, if this person wins, it will destroy the country. No, it's not.
Yeah.
You know why I don't believe that? Because they're nowhere near as powerful as the money people are.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what my history teacher told me.
There you go. See? There you go.
And
And we're talking history.
Mr. Rule
This
knew.
is the past.
He knew. Mr. Rule knew.
Say Mr. Hand.
Dude, Mr. Hand. What do the hands say to the face? Slap!
Maybe we can slap some
Josh sighed, looked at me, goes, it better not say nothing over here.
Well, he's too tired to even know what he's talking about. He really believes all this. He's just tired.
I do. I believe it all.
All right, hey, man, I tell you what. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We got to start including a paranormal corner.
I mean,
because Josh...
Did Hitler even escape? Did he die in Germany? I don't think so.
Oh, dude.
I saw Tupac at the grocery store yesterday.
Did you really?
He's made 27 albums since he passed away.
That dude owed me money.
I saw a picture of him wearing like a Cleveland's Championship 2016 T-shirt.
And what year was that he did that?
Like yesterday.
I bet it was like 1987 he wore that. He was wearing that on that movie set with, what was her face? Janet Jackson. He knew. He was from the future. He was a hologram. I saw it.
He's a time-traveling hologram ghost.
That's what he is. Alien, time-traveling hologram ghost. So what else, guys? What else?
I think that's enough for tonight because, to be honest, as fun as this was for Josh,
Yes.
Yeah.
that
Poor guys.
we just scratched the surface.
He's going to go home tonight and have nightmares about all the ghosts that's in his room.
Oh, no, he's not. He's going to be shaking his head. He's like, I cannot believe I drove an hour to be a part of that.
Nah, this has been fun, guys.
Buffoonery. Buffoonery. Oh, Chupacabra.
Uh-huh.
Not to mention, we haven't even started talking about...
Santa Claus?
Oh, dude.
No.
We can't. Like it.
No, I can't.
BattleBots.
Can't break out the SC.
Dude, right now, you can't do that, man.
BattleBots are real.
Dude, but, Coast to Coast AM.
Yo,
Do you ever listen to that?
Is that still on?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's got.
Because I remember Art Bell used to be the guy, but I don't.
George
think
Norrie, Art Bell. I put it this way. I think it's still on.
I used to love listening to that at night.
That is the best. If you've never heard it, just go to YouTube and pick one out.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't talked about the Hollow Earth theory.
No.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, to be continued. How about that?
Yeah.
Round 2 coming soon.
We will revisit this definitely because I love this stuff myself. And
Yeah.
And Josh is just like, oh gosh, this is brutal.
It's fun listening to how excited you guys get for it.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got tonight. Anything else, Troy?
Nope, I think that's it for tonight.
Anything else, BZ?
Josh is not here right now.
I knew it! Carol Ann, get away from the TV.
Answer the phone.
Oh, so my phone's not ringing. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's that voice from the Scream. All right, hey, let's close it up. Great stuff. Great con. Great paranormal talk here. Next
Lots of
week,
fun.
a lot of good stuff that we got for you coming. Make sure that you keep thinking about the 500 subscribers that we are inching toward.
We're almost at 500. We're having a giveaway at 500 subscribers, and I will have a link below to the video so you can enter to win. In it to win it. Almost 500. What would y'all think about that? 500 subscribers.
It's getting really close.
I mean, that's incredible.
I think a lot of them are for your pop vinyls.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they like me, not y'all. They get to see me. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If they see y'all, they'll like Peasy and not me and you, Troy. Yeah, he's the looks, me and you with the brains.
That's right, man. I'm the brains.
Yes, yes.
Man, you just like put me into the nothing category.
Why
just
would you
that
take
quick.
and assume because I'm going to want to succeed that I don't want you to succeed?
You just said you're the brains.
Dude, I am the brains.
What am I then?
You're the brains also.
You can't have too many brains in one conversation.
That's right.
I'm a man of two brains.
I saw that movie. Not very good.
No, it was terrible.
He's got a bra to support him.
Bada bing. All right, let's call it a night.
And
You guys have a good one.
a good one. That's the best. You guys have an incredible day.
Simply incredible day.
See ya!